Hey everyone, this is Mystic Hierophant. Welcome. This is Monday, August 13th. We're doing the lovers, the twin flames, soul flames, soulmates, spiritual partners. There's many titles, whatever you resonate with. This is a general reading for the lovers. A lot of you may resonate with certain aspects. If not, don't worry, this is a general reading. If you do want a personal reading, please email me or contact me on Instagram, direct message at Mystic Hierophant, okay? All the information is down below. Also, I received some great cards in the previous video. I think it's on my Instagram, yeah, my IG stories. Previous donation, I got the Magdalene Oracle. Great deck. Some good stuff here. We'll be using that later on, all right? So feel free, any amount matters. Nothing's too small. It helps out a lot for me to get new decks, get new designs for you all, for the greater good of you and myself, okay? I just want to share it with you guys as well. All right, so we have the divine feminine and divine masculine energies here. Divine feminine is really going through it this week, post-eclipse. Again, don't be fooled by the gender aspects in yourself as well. You could be a masculine connecting more with divine feminine, feminine connecting more with the divine masculine, okay? Those aspects are the supreme divine energies within you. They're constantly working to shed the preconceived notions of what masculine and feminine are within our society, okay? So the divine masculine and divine feminine are already pure energies, but they're shrouded in this ego-based, genderized, collective conscious programming, masks of what they should be, of what people have told you, you're a woman, you should be like this. You're a man, you should be like this, okay? So right now, though, divine feminine, to really reach a pure aspect, she's really going through something. She's working on revealing certain things for herself and also for her masculine counterpart. There's a lot of faith involved here. So she's been asked to really go forth with certain things that she may be unsure of right now. It's a lot of trust here. I can't help but look at the five, these five, I don't want to say marbles, but these five pendants on the throat here, the collar here. There is a sixth one, but it's barely showing. But the five really resonates with me, especially with the major arcana, with the Hierophant. Okay, there's truth, there's wisdom. Okay, it also relates to a hierarchy, an establishment, an order, if you will, okay? There's a lot of pink here. There's a lot of crown chakra violet. There's higher vibrations here, higher forms of messaging and also receiving that message. A lot of trust involved. And I love the Aquarian Tarot deck. This is my first deck I was attracted to. And I got the actual Rider. Actually, I got the Rider Waite deck second to this deck. And the swords here, they have a huge cross formation. You can't help but notice that. And in here again, that faith is coming in. That cross right in front of the page. All right, it's support. Okay. There's also there's brown, there's grounding, there's kind of a lower chakra energy. There's a root. There's a phallic-y kind of handle at the top. So there's a lot going on here, a lot on the page's mind, what to deliver, what to bring forth, what is the page also, what is the message the page is getting, because obviously the page is something that brings forth the message from the kingdom, from the king and queen, okay? And it's also facing towards divine masculine, okay? The world here, doesn't matter if it's in reverse or upright, it's a powerful card. It's the last of the major arcana, if you're going in the numerical order that the decks are organized in. Okay, again, we have the lion at the top. We're in this Leo season. We also have the Taurus, the bull. So there's a lot of material aspects here, a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of practicality, a lot of gains. I think there's a lot of sexual fire here as well. A lot of fire in general. A lot of no, I would say I'm not gonna say maybe. Okay, I was gonna say something else, but anxiety came to mind. But I'm not gonna say animosity maybe. It's a kind of tilling of the soil, really getting at something. Okay, I want to say there's maybe a lot of heat involved, a lot of action, a lot of obtaining, So you're working on bringing forth certain ideas, certain advancements, gaining a certain advantage. The world is yours. There's a sense of also maybe coming full circle, working on really taking the information you have received, all the lessons you gained, and really coming forth with them and coming anew. I want to say, coming around full circle. I guess that's simply put. There's also the wand. There's manifestation. You know, even if it's in reverse, there's a lot of spirit there too. You know, it's at the bottom of the card, but you also have water and air there. Matter and spirit, form and spirit. Yeah, so there's a lot happening here. I want to say purging too for the divine feminine in the Page of Swords here. Some shedding. That's going to allow you to receive the proper messages, receive the truth, bring forth the truth. Okay. Get rid of, I don't want to say the dirt, but get rid of the excess. Take what's needed, what's necessary. That kind of it's almost like a helmet, but it's also a hat too, covering the ears as well. So there's divine hearing, clear cognizance, clairvoyance. It's a lot of a spiritual enterprise for the divine feminine. Again, and on a deeper level, I like to take it, this is happening within you as well. Those who are drawn here, doesn't matter what date or time you're here, but these are the aspects in each and every one of us that we are here, most importantly, to bring into union. Not just externally, male and female, masculine and feminine, but those energies inside of you, okay? So let me go to the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. I'm going to ask, what is the guidance from the Ascended Masters, Light Beings, in regards to assisting the divine masculine and divine feminine energies to allow for some peace and harmony, to allow for advancements, to allow for those challenges to be overcome, and victory to be had on this path. Okay, let's do this. So we have divine feminine, divine masculine here. Okay, what do we have? Okay, faith. Okay, I got this card earlier. Today, actually. Faith is big. Let's go into divine masculine here. Infinite abundance. So divine masculine is working on gaining things on the material plane, especially. Success could be verbal rewards too. A good job well done. Recognizing that all that hard work is actually coming to fruition. Divine feminine is working on more of an internal aspect, and that's also going with whatever you're trying to gain in the external world through your masculine as well. For those who, you know, obviously most importantly, individualizing this information as far as pertaining to yourself, not just your sacred partner. So if it is that relationship and you're in a separation, you know, you're probably being asked to do certain things, like reach out to them, communicate to them your divine feminine, and you're wondering why maybe they don't. I'm always, you know, I've been contacting them, but there's a purpose, there's a pattern that's being revealed to you. There's old energies that are being shed, so it's asking you to have faith in this process. Okay, and infinite abundance is there. Your actions are being rewarded. It is working. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever actions you're taking through your divine feminine, through that divine guidance, your signs, symbols, or whatever, the song you wake up hearing, especially post-eclipse, you know, certain things are a part of your ego, or you want to say shadow self. Those aspects you are in your subconscious that have been really hidden, so hidden that you don't really pay attention to it, but they have been guiding most of your major actions, thought patterns, interactions, past partners. This is all being brought up to prevent you from going that route again, to prevent you from those subconscious thoughts, those darker elements that have been hidden and repressed, even from yourself, it's preventing them from allowing, I would say, those energies to lead you. This process. through this process, it's those energies, those thought patterns are being revealed to you. So in the frustration, the questioning, you're asking yourself why you feel guided to do this or that. And for example, you're feeling guided to maybe ask them out or something, and they're not available because they have work or they're out of town. There's a reason for that. Maybe you've gotten upset because they're out of town, or maybe they didn't respond to you on time. You got antsy or anxious, and when they do respond to you, they're out of town, or they're working, or they can't because they promised a friend they would help them with something. So in that process, maybe the pattern is you letting go. Maybe you being okay with them not being available. Being okay with the thought and the action that you reached out. You've made yourself known. You've announced your truth as in wanting to hang out with them. So, because maybe they're scared, maybe they're unsure if you even want to hang out with them. Maybe they're unsure if you even want to be with them. Maybe they don't feel worthy. And you reaching out to them is encouraging them that, hey, look, I'm here. I'd like to get to know you more. It's also helping you in the process of letting go of the separation. Sorry, guys, we gotta... Wow, the biker gang is in tow. You know, that's actually... I want to keep this on the video because that's actually... This is kind of the energy that a lot of us have been dealing with here. And there's a video... God, this is great. This is great. His name is Mark. I'll put his name down underneath the video. But he talked about, because there's a lot of aggression that's been coming out. These old energies come out in aggression. They come out and anxiety. A lot of this could be you feeling your twin flame partner. And don't think it's not true, not possible. It is possible. Let's talk about twin flame. Let's talk about the divine aspects, which means you guys are on a higher level. This is why all this purging needs to happen, because you're on a higher spiritual level, because you've been on this journey for eternity. God knows how long. Here, on other planets, and in other galaxies, in the heavens, and at this point in time, you are in the process of creating a new journey together again. And the higher aspects, the spirit, divinity will not allow those lower energies, whether they're known to you or unknown to you, to interfere with each other. Those other energies that have been projected onto you from childhood, from society. So that roaring of the motorcycles, those boss hosses that just are the primary purpose is to make noise. But in this other video, he talked about twin flames. He talked about the energies that he was feeling, the anxiety, the aggression. Especially those who are really channeling more of the masculine aspect. I'm not going to say the true divine masculine, but the masculine energy, and unmasking that to get to the true divine masculine. What's happening in that unmasking is that you're exposing those aggressions. You're exposing that fear. You're exposing that I can't be weak. I want to talk about this in another video, which is not... It's not really divine masculine. What the masculine is this ultra soldier, ultra warrior mentality that's been ingrained on us for centuries, especially in the male form. So, which can project into the female form as well. So when you are exposing that kind of ultra warrior, ultra soldier mentality of I'm a masculine, I have to protect, I have to be strong. I can't ask somebody out. They need to ask me out. I'm not going to expose myself. They don't deserve it. When you expose that, it comes out in that kind of, that motorcycle roar you heard a few minutes ago. It comes out in that. He uses the example, the first roar when you rev the engine of a muscle car, that which we've all felt internally, that energy that comes up in anxiety and aggression, and you just want to knock something over. You just want to shout. That's those energies that are being exposed now. They don't have a place to hide. So they vibrate, because they do have a vibratory rate. It's probably, it's lower, but it pulsates through you, and you feel that, and it comes out in that you wanting to roar, you wanting to yell, you wanting to maybe knock over the plant, or kick the dirt. So this process is important. I've been going through it. Many of you here have been going through it. It's necessary to cleanse it, okay? It's almost like, I like to say, the breakdown before the breakthrough. You know, I know we talk about being positive a lot, and sometimes we hear about it so much, and it's important to be positive, but it's also important to allow yourself to purge those energies, purge those old hurts, those hurts that you don't even know until maybe it comes up through this process. Oh yeah, I remember when that happened when I was younger. I remember that happened last year. I remember that happened when in that past relationship, and I covered it up. You know, I got through it, and it was important for you to get through it. But a lot of these energies, a lot of these thought forms, the actions that happen, they don't just go away. They can be repressed. They can be moved through, but they're not completely gone. And when you're talking about being in a relationship with somebody else, you need to make sure that these are cleared out, because the other person, especially your twin flame, is going to trigger them. Okay, they may not know it. They may not know it consciously, but on a higher conscious level, they will be triggering. Because you here are in contact with their higher consciousness. That's why you're feeling these this way. You're going through these emotions. You're going through these stages. You know, you texting them and them not responding to you. And if that really is a thing for you, it's happening for a reason. Okay, they have their own reason on this realm because they're busy, but you texting them at that time on that day, and them being around that time when they're being busy, and them not getting back to you, let's say in a few hours. This is just an example. Is happening for a reason. It's allowing you to realize that if you're really paying attention, it's allowing you to realize that this is an issue. This is an issue from the past. This is an issue that's still there. It can be an issue if you don't handle it. But I believe you will handle it. You will address it. You will look at it and say, you know what? I don't want this to be a problem, because there could be many reasons why they're not answering. There are many reasons. It's not just about me. They could be busy. You know, they could be in a meeting. Their phone could have died. You know, this is just an example of one of many. Okay, so faith is huge. Like I said, this came early in the morning, okay? So she's appearing again. So it's asking you to have faith in the process, and you are here for a specific reason. You realize that other things are happening. This is a cooperation. So you are working in the system, a divine system that is not seen visibly to many with a physical eye, okay? There's energies here that you're aware of that are operating behind the scenes. Your ancestors who want you to break the wall of the patterns that have ruled through your lineage. They want you to break that. What they've experienced in the past, they don't want for you, okay? So it's your job to work with them, no matter how frustrated you get, to really work with them, and this is for your greater good, okay? And I know it's like, is anybody else feeling this way? Is my partner feeling this way? They're going through their own battles. What Socrates said, be kind, for everyone is experiencing their own battles. And you know, they may not experience it the way you are on this higher level, as consciously, as far as, you know, there's something happening here, there's something being brought to light, but they're experiencing it in their own ways. Okay, they're trying to make improvements in their own way. And if not at this time, if they're still, you know, doing their patterns, this is also a reason why you're in separation. You know, to clear that out. Give them time to do that. You don't want to be around that. You don't want all your hard work, all the internal work you've been doing, to be damaged or to be affected because you're also trying to take care of somebody else. Okay, you don't deserve that. You deserve great things. So let's go into the Magdalene Oracle cards. What does Magdalene have for us in regards to how can the Divine Feminine, how can the feminine aspect and masculine aspects really allow those divine aspects to come through? What can the feminine and masculine energies do to really elevate themselves, really shed the mask of what we think we should do, what we feel, the pressure of society telling us to do, and what to do for our greatest good? So let's do divine feminine. I have one right here. divine masculine. Sorry. So this is going to allow us to really go through and really take the steps to get into our true selves. Divine feminine. Okay, the judgment. Drop the judgment. Okay. Drop the judgment. So this is really asking us to open up and receive. And I know a lot of the adjustment over on ourselves too. See that light? You know, it's a 3-tier light. So this could be our ultimate higher selves. This could, I would say, this is us. This could be the divine feminine aspect, and this is our even higher self, our soul, spirit self, closest to source. Let's go into divine masculine. What can the divine masculine really do to really? What can the masculine do to really get into his true divine self? Co-creation. Okay, realize this is a co-creation. Well, it's a good card. You know, this is a brand new deck. I got this a few days ago, and you know, I really took them all out, but I don't even remember seeing this card. Her blue eyes. Please, anybody who's been seeing butterflies lately, raise your hand, because I've been seeing butterflies everywhere. Transformation, the triplets, multiplicity. You know, we're in that cocoon stage, getting out into the butterfly stage here. Okay, these eclipses, that's what they've been doing. This new moon that just happened, that's what it's doing. The dark moon. Okay. It's really allowing you to go into that ego based. You know, the ego is good for a lot of things. It helps us. It helps us in a lot of ways. You know, it allows us to experience the senses. It allows us to survive. To know, like, look, we shouldn't be putting our hand in that fire. Okay, unless you train yourself, you have a superhuman power where you can do that. But other than that, no. Okay, so don't put your hand in a fire. You know, it does have its purpose. But I forgot where I was going with this. Let's talk about the butterflies. The new moon. Okay, it's allowing us to see some of those extremely ego-based ideas that's really focused on you and your survival. Really encouraging that super ultra warrior, ultra soldier mentality of not being vulnerable or quote unquote vulnerable, not speaking your full truth. Not allowing yourself to be open. Because what? The ultra soldier, the ultra warrior has what? Armor on. They're closed off. They're protected. They have a fortress. This is what the masculine has done. This is what the masculine has been trained to do for centuries, for millennia. Those soldiers, those warriors who go out into the battlefield. You know, we talk about PTSD now with soldiers, but think about what they were going through 1,000, 2,000 years ago. There was no therapist there. You know, there was a priest. You know, but if you didn't live near a temple or a church, or a monastery, you know, you come home, you have this ultra warrior mentality. You've been on the battlefield for God knows how long. Hand-to-hand combat, swords, broken limbs, blood everywhere. And you go back home to your family. What do? That aspect doesn't shed. What happens? It gets you become verbally abusive among many other things. You don't know how to deal with the pain, you're suffering, and it spreads to your children. And the children pick it up. They spread it to their children. And so on for generations and generations, okay? So it's shedding a lot of these aspects that we picked up from our ancestors. And the judgment. And for the masculine, really when you're taking the information from the divine feminine, you're bringing it out into the world, you're utilizing it. You don't have to feel that you're doing it all by yourself. You don't have to have this control aspect. I need to do this. I need to do that. This is a co-creation, and what happens in co-creation, it relies on trust. We have to trust, and that's hard. That's hard when you're dealing in a world where it's physically based, scientifically based, materialistic. You know, nobody wants to talk about spirit. Nobody wants to talk about God or source, because I get it. It's been abused over the years. People have tricked and fooled people, misled people, abused their trust. And so you don't want to, you feel afraid, you know, and you get judged too. If you're here, you know, those problems aren't so major with you or with us, but the main issues are the challenges we face when we rely on and trust our spiritual counterparts, the divine hierarchy, the angels, the ancestors. You know, we're ridiculed. But that's okay, you're protected. But you do not forget this is a co-creation. You're not just relying on the Spirit too, but Spirit works through other people. So it goes through them first, and then it goes through people. I like to say friends, unknown friends, known and mostly unknown too, come to your aid. You know? And I think it's okay to be fearful and say, look, I really feel like I'm guided to trust and not worry about this, not try to take full control and try to do it myself. And it's okay to be afraid, but still have that faith. And just keep saying it to yourself. Keep saying it to yourself and say, I believe. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to let the hierarchy do this. And if I really feel like I'm being called to do something, I'm going to take that step to do it. Okay? Release the judgment. Release it. Okay? Because it blocks everything. It blocks, and don't let other people judge you. You know, get away from them. You know, say, okay, all right, whatever it is you need to do, and then walk away. Don't stay around them. Don't allow them to pollute your energies, your higher vibrations with their negative thoughts. Because ultimately, it's fear-based. They're trying to protect you because they're afraid too. But we're getting past that. We're getting through that. Okay, that's the old way. We don't want to work in that system. Okay, we're working in the system of trust, faith. Things are happening behind the scenes, and we're here because we know that, okay? And we just got to keep having faith and trust. Let's do one more card. I'm going to do one more for the Magnus. Such great cards. Let's do one more that's going to bring a divine feminine and masculine into union. What is the card that's going to help divine masculine and divine feminine go from separation into their union? Okay, here we go. Live card here. I'm called to do this one. Let's flip it over. Okay, Divine Order. Oh, this is a great card. Okay, it's upside down. It's really reiterating that divine order. Again, let's go into this trust, the faith, divine timing. Everybody's different. Okay, so this is actually brilliant that it's doing divine order, because everyone here, you know, you could be just starting the separation or realizing separation or realizing the twin flame aspect, or many of you have been on this process separation for a while, like I have, and things are slowly starting to happen. Or some of you have just gotten together. Whatever that may be, wherever you are, divine order is taking place always. Divine order, right time, right place, you know, right circumstances. Because ultimately, you know, we only know what we're going to do today. We may know what we're going to do tomorrow. Certain things we may do tomorrow, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We definitely don't know what's happening with our partner here. The divine hierarchy does. They have the bird's eye view and above that of everything. They know what's going on externally and internally. They know what's going on with things that we even hide from ourselves. So we must trust in the divine order. Just, you know, Rumi, I have a deck from Rumi, and often throughout that deck they use the metaphor, does not the acorn turn into an oak tree? Your victory is guaranteed. The acorn transforming into an oak tree is guaranteed. It just needs to keep going. It just needs to keep striving upward. And just like the seed sprouts and grows in the dark soil. And, you know, a lot of us are moving through the dark with our faith, their trust. It's hard. You know, we don't know what's going on. It's huge, it's brave, it's courageous of us to work within the system of faith and surrender. Because surrender is so hard, especially when you're used to working in the divine masculine energy too, where you're working on taking control of things, doing things. And it's not asking you to drop all control. It's not asking you to just drop everything. It's asking you to say, hey, you don't have to do this all yourself. There's a better way. I have a bird's eye view. I have the view of what's happening tomorrow, next week, what's for your best interest. That person you really want to ask, or that program you really want to go into, there's a better way. There's a better program. There's a better person. There's aspects in this organization that you like, but it's not for your overall good. So please help us out and surrender and have faith. Cooperate. Let's co-create. So it's frustrating. Let's just take it day by day, sometimes hour by hour, half a day by half a day. You know, there's going to be ups and downs, especially after this new moon. There's nothing you can't handle. Nothing bad's going to happen. It's just challenging things. A lot of this challenge, the battlefield, like in the Bhagavad Gita, is with ourselves here, okay? But overall, just like the acorn turning into the oak tree, our victory is guaranteed. You know, the finish line is there. We're working our way towards it. It's not going to happen if we just give up. We take a break, you know, take a rest, take a breather, get back on track. Keep our sights on victory, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was great. I enjoyed it. Hopefully this helps. See you in the next video. I'm looking to do more content. Just really brainstorming on what to do, what questions to ask. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Mystic Hierophant. Also, again, you love these. I love these Magna Oracle decks. There's a lot of other great decks, especially by Tony Carmine Salerno. He's the author and writer. Some great artwork there, and some of these artists and authors and channelers of the community really need our support. They have their own kind of independent decks and oracle cards on Etsy. I love to support them. I love your help in supporting them. So please feel free to donate any amount. Any amount helps. You can find me on Instagram too. I do daily posts at Mystic Hierophant. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.